This is Abnormal Entertainment.
Pick up your microphone, Dingus?
Yeah, you should pick up a microphone if you want to introduce a thing.
Good evening and welcome to Cinema Head Cheese. I mean, it could be in the morning, it could be the afternoon, but, well, just good whatever. I'm Jeff Dolniak, and I'm here with,
we just had to derail that. Let's
do that.
Go.
Let's do that again. and I'm here with
Dalyn Beaker,
Kevin Moyers,
and I'm here with
Kevin Moyers.
What? It all picked up. It's cool.
Yeah, we're good.
This is Cinema Head Cheese, the podcast. It's been a while since I've been on. You've probably heard Kevin a lot because he's always doing those
the little shorts.
Constantly, you're doing those Netflix shorts, which are great because Netflix has had a lot of. You know, I know Netflix is super popular, and I hate to be like just on. What are you doing, Dalyn?
I'm turning you up.
Okay,
you're not very close to the microphone.
Okay, so I'm not. Okay,
bring it close. Like
sounding better. Yeah, Kevin's. A lot of our content has been Netflix related.
Netflix, Amazon, Hulu. Plus, we've been at the theater a lot with the movie passes, so that's another thing.
You guys have done the movie passes. I have not, but I think
you should get on that.
I know. I'm probably going to do that.
$10 a month. It's paid for with one movie.
I think I'm going to I, Tonya during the Super Bowl because I don't give a fuck about the Super Bowl, and I'll watch something sports related.
I'm watching the Super Bowl, but I want to see I, Tonya.
Yeah, we plan on seeing a movie in the morning at least.
Yeah. No. I don't know. Just
I, Tanya's a good choice.
Yeah.
I can't think of what else we were thinking about seeing.
Yeah, I mean, we've been trying. We tend to watch. Like myself and the missus and the youngsters. We tend to watch the bigger films,
such as.
Well, let's see. I'm trying to think of
what did you see last?
Whoa,
was it Star Wars?
You know what? Star Wars, yes. And
you got to get closer to that microphone.
Star Wars, yes. We saw Star Wars, and I think there was another movie that we saw. I can't remember, but yeah, okay. So it's been a few weeks.
Paddington 2.
Yeah, was it Paddington 2? No.
But I'm looking for a good movie to watch with a 4-year-old. And
that would be Paddington 2.
Paddington 2.
Yeah, I don't want to see that.
Okay.
The 4-year-old doesn't want to see that either.
The first one was tolerable. I saw that on Netflix or whatever with the kids, so it's fine. I think her mom is getting screwed into that one. So
that Peter Rabbit movie looks kind of funny.
That's actually
that looks pretty fun. I like the cast in it.
The
so
4-year-old wants to see Peter Rabbit.
I can get behind. I can see that.
He doesn't want to see Paddington 2.
You can take him to Black Panther.
Yeah, Black Panther comes out.
You know what? I don't know if he's going to really get into that. He did like Thor.
Yeah.
And we're talking about the 4-year-old because the 4-year-old just runs everything.
Yeah.
I mean, we know that. If you have a 4-year-old, they do. So, Black Panther does look awesome, but I think it's more of a adult-oriented,
like PG-13
kind of film.
Okay.
The most recent trailer, my daughter didn't want to see it until the most recent trailer. She's like, "Okay, now I want to see it." Okay. There was a lot more of the tech stuff showing and stuff like that, and she's like, "That looks cool. I want to go."
Yes.
Nice.
But Kevin's daughter is 9. They're 8.
Right, 9.
Oh my God. Are we 9 already?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, I know. It
was just yesterday she barfed all over your recliner.
Yes.
I remember that.
I think we were doing a commentary for a really bad movie.
Yeah, it was.
It was The Secrets of Sweet 16.
Was it that one?
Yeah. No, I think it was. We were doing a commentary for a sexploitation movie that we didn't really get. Well, actually, we didn't get paid for. But anyway.
No, but I do remember going into your apartment and you had double anal porn on your coffee table that you needed to get rid of real quick.
I did. Because then I would never.
True story.
I would never find. God, I would never.
I got my own show going over here.
I would never find a woman if I had that. There's no woman who would put up with that shit. Because it's just vile. But anyway,
DVDA, it's a thing.
On to Paddington 2. We had none of us have seen Paddington 2. And, you know, we're not going to talk about Paddington 2 because we're here to talk about just fun stuff and you know, actually relevant, important shit.
I got one that's fun and just dropped. Was the Ant-Man and the Wasp trailer.
Man,
that
was
looks
fun.
like a good time.
Oh, did you have this? You didn't have this wing tech back then, huh? Oh, I had it.
Yeah. The Wasp looks cool.
Yeah,
I've
she looks
seen
super cool.
complaints about boob armor. I'm like,
What?
boob armor. It's like I heard that before I saw the trailer, and I saw the trailer and I was like, really? That's what you're bitching about?
Yeah.
It's just like contoured to her body. That's it.
You're welcome for a female superhero.
Yeah, like why is this a problem?
Because there's always a problem with everything.
Yeah, I mean
like you
all
can't
this
not have a problem with something in the world.
All the stuff is form fitted.
Yeah.
Even the armor is form fitted to these people. Why wouldn't it be form fitted to her? Why wouldn't it look like a woman's body if it's form fitted to a woman? It doesn't. I don't understand the
Is
complaints.
anybody complaining about Batman and having like muscular looks to that?
Yeah.
I mean, is that offensive?
It's not sexual at
Right.
all. There's
No.
Black Widow is more than she is.
Right. Because she's just skin tight and it's
It's his leather.
Yeah.
But then again, it tactically works.
right.
I get the complaints about the Amazons in Justice League. Why did they have to change their uniforms to be shorter and tighter?
Yeah.
That was just dumb. It was pointless to do that. Why not keep? Because they look great in the Wonder Woman movie.
Right.
So why change it? But whatever. I think it looks great. I think it's Evangeline Lilly. I think she's gonna be. She was good in Ant-Man.
Oh man, I just rewatched Ant-Man recently
Yeah.
and underrated.
Excellent.
Oh, she's going to take over this
blast.
movie.
Yeah.
She's completely going to take over this movie, and that's great. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
She was a great character and
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I think the complaining is stupid. Just enjoy the goddamn thing. But,
Yeah.
No, I have yet to see the preview, but I'm gonna look it up later.
yeah. And they did announce a Black Widow movie as well.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's happening.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Much
But,
deserved.
Oh, yeah. And it's about time. I mean,
Yeah.
there was talk about, doing, people like, hey, do the movie with her and Hawkeye, where they're this mission they keep talking about.
Yeah.
Maybe they will. They'll do part of that, but I don't know. I don't
or
really.
just do something on your own. It doesn't have to now.
Yeah.
Like we're good.
I don't need a Hawkeye movie.
Nope.
Not not necessary. And I like that they threw Black Widow in Winter Soldier.
Mm-hmm.
They used her there. And why not do these little mini crossovers, Hulk and Ragnarok? But they can't do a solo Hulk movie really, so
Yeah.
because of whatever stupid rights. But yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, I've been
Gotta
reminded,
get that mic closer.
though. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm really bad with mics, but I
That's why we
did
offered to
see
stand.
a movie.
Right.
I did see a movie, and I'm kind of it was. What is this?
The
I
mic
know,
stand,
what
if you want.
just
Do you want to
thinking
use the
of-
mic stand?
I think we'll use the mic stand
Uh-huh.
because I'm not very good at this.
Oh, we know.
I did
The
see a
listeners
movie.
know.
I did see a couple movies. Actually, I did see a movie a couple weeks ago called 12 Strong.
That's the. See, I've seen so many war movies. I don't need to
It's
see
got
another one.
actually it's got Thor.
Hemsworth.
Thor.
Yeah.
Thor is
they're
the
trapped.
lead,
They're
right?
on horses.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thor. They're on horses, and it's very redundant, repetitive. What are some of a lot of those words?
It's tiring. The
But-
war movies are all the same after a while.
Yes. I mean, it was entertaining enough, but if you're my age, or if you're over 30, you kind of know. You've probably seen some of the 9/11 movies, some of the
Nope.
the movies.
Nope.
I saw the real thing on television.
Well,
I don't
know.
need to see the
Or
movies.
some of
yeah.
those. Maybe you've seen. I know. Okay.
That would be
Look,
useful for kids now, maybe, to watch
Sure.
some of
now.
those. Yeah.
But look, this is where I'm getting.
Yeah.
I don't find those movies. I don't like to watch them because I did live it. I couldn't. Let's see. I think probably like the one movie that I and I don't even want to say like I did enjoy. I enjoyed like Fahrenheit 9/11. I mean, that was a good film, but it was a documentary.
Yeah,
that was years ago. The Michael Moore movie.
Yeah.
So it was, just a liberal. Well, I'm not really a liberal. I'm kind of in the middle. But yeah, 12 Strong is very just. It was what you'd. It was just run of the mill stuff.
Yeah.
You know, there was a lot of some fun action sequences. Not really a set. I mean, we know our bad guy is Osama bin Laden.
Yeah.
But there's just some angry Middle Eastern dude.
Yeah.
That is just always looking mean.
Right.
Lots of close-ups of this Middle Eastern gentleman looking mean throughout the movie.
Okay.
And that is like 90 minutes of the movie is this Middle Eastern man looking mean.
Yeah.
And Ian Hemsworth or whatever. Chris
Hemsworth was in that
I
one.
think
Yeah.
there's Ian, there's Liam, there's Chris.
Marvel has all the Chris's.
Mo
Chris Pratt,
Mo Larry
Chris
Curl.
Hemsworth,
Chris Christopherson.
So,
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so not it was definitely
And the
not
Blade movies, absolutely.
Yeah.
It wasn't boring, but it was just not great. So
Yeah, that's
throwing
why
that out there. That was my most recent film.
I didn't
I
care
feel that
about
way with-
seeing Dunkirk. I just like
War movies
that-
are
no,
general.
no,
Just
that's-
don't do it for me.
yeah.
No, I do like war movies.
Yeah.
I want to see. I have yet to see Dunkirk. I want to see Dunkirk.
It's from the British point of view,
but for whatever reason,
but again, more war movies. I just don't watch them. I've seen enough.
I really don't have any interest in seeing a lot of the more recent, like the with the Iraq, just any of that. That conflict.
It's too new. It's too fresh.
The Osama bin Laden stuff. I haven't even seen. What is the one that? There's a couple. There's Hurt Locker. There's a couple of really.
I liked
good
Hurt
ones
Locker.
that I haven't watched.
Yeah.
Hurt
I
Locker's
see
not
that.
really it's more psychological than it is a war movie.
that's-
like
okay,
it's
see, I might enjoy
it's actually
that then.
really good.
And it's about a specific job. Isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah. It's pretty intense, and I really enjoyed Hurt Locker.
Yeah.
Because I think I walked into it just thinking, whatever,
Maybe
and then I
it's
watched
my-
it. I'm like, wow, okay.
Maybe it's my age
That was
or
I can
something.
see
Catherine
why.
Bigelow won the
Yeah.
Oscar for that.
I love movies. I like the conflicts that were way before, not way before, but like Vietnam stuff. I love.
Yeah, but there's
World War
8,000
II stuff.
Vietnam movies, and it's just
Yeah.
I
like,
know that, but I like war movies, but I don't like the current stuff. If you want to even call them war movies, these like the Osama bin Laden stuff. I'm not a huge fan of Peter Berg and the okay, so it's Peter Berg and Mark Wahlberg. I was going to say Mark.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg. They tend to collaborate with each other. He's a director, Peter Berg. He does a lot of like the more recent war stuff. And I liked Lone Survivor a lot. I enjoyed it. I thought it was.
I didn't see that one.
It
I
is
remember
good.
that. Yeah, I didn't see that one.
It was like 6 guys got trapped and one
Yes.
survived. He
But
wrote a
it's-
book,
Okay.
so it was off the book.
It's a good. It's a good flick. I liked it. It got cheesy towards the end, but that was one of the better ones.
If you're gonna go different, like say Three Kings, that was completely unique.
I still
Yeah.
haven't seen
Too.
that one.
So David O. Russell directed that one.
Yeah.
And that's kind of it took it a different direction.
Even with a
David
stand, you're like, hey.
I know, and I like it threw in an obscure a nugget there. You're like, oh, I didn't know David O. Russell directed it.
No, I do that.
Oh, you did.
I don't know who David O.
I saw the
Russell is.
movie though. He's the one.
It's good.
Didn't he do I Heart Huckabees and he got in that huge fight with Lily Tomlin?
David O. Russell was a dick.
Yeah,
He's
just
still a dick.
there's YouTube footage of the two of them going at it, and other people in the cast just in there. There's one scene where it's in a car and they're screaming at each other, and everybody else in the car is just like, okay.
Yeah, David O. Russell he's a pit bull,
Yeah,
and especially on. Lily Tomlin does not hold back either.
No.
herself.
no,
So
I'm sure she gives a vicious performance in Gracie and Frankie, but I'm not watching that ever.
Lily
It's not
Tomlin,
like
Not high on my list. There's so
No.
many other things that I wanted. I'm
Yeah.
so far behind on everything that I'm watching.
Mm-hmm.
But
we do get. We try and get to we see a lot of the event type movies, and
Sure.
we're not going to go. I do not want to talk about Star Wars because I'm going to
It's fine.
disagree with both you guys.
Yeah,
I thought it
I
was
did
fine.
like the movies, but you guys love the movie.
I loved it.
I didn't
So-
love it. I liked it.
It's my number 2.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Well,
All time.
I like you more than Kevin now.
My top two.
Yeah, I liked it, but I just I wasn't.
Kevin? Come on.
My top two movies have Jedi in the title. So there you go. Return of the
Look at
Jedi,
that.
Last
Okay.
Jedi. Those
All
are my
right,
favorite two.
Well, I like the, you guys are, I love you.
Just that fight with
Even, but still.
with Kylo and Rey when they're
Kung Fu
fighting
masters?
the whole that was the
That was
best. When
That
she
was
throws
awesome.
the saber and he just goes thump through that guy's head. That's when Casey and I both went, "Oh!"
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
That was
It's
great.
amazing.
I want to give it another watch.
I
wanna
like
see
Angry
that.
Luke. I like Angry Luke, and the cow milk thing was hilarious. But
Yeah.
he
you
was
know what?
exactly how he should
I
have
agree
been.
with
Yeah.
you. I enjoy that.
Mark
scene.
Hamill is wrong. We discussed this on Masterpiece. I don't need to go through it again.
No,
but
we're not.
yeah.
We're not going to go there.
And I did it on the pod short. I yelled at
because,
Mark
I mean,
Hamill.
it's
Yeah,
been-
he was wrong.
Yeah.
It's been weeks since we've done anything, and I'm like, it was before Star Wars came out, so
Yeah.
we
So
already
that
know.
means it's been months since we've
It's been
done
a while.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. The talking about all the Louis C.K. stuff. That was the last
Yeah.
one we did the full show.
right. But I did like Star Wars.
Yeah.
Amazingly, I did like Star Wars,
Yeah.
but just not as much as you guys did.
I don't think it deserved all the vitriol that it received.
No.
Like, get over it, you guys.
Yeah.
They went a different direction. They went.
I think it deserved a little bit of the vitriol that it received.
Eh.
I don't know.
Floating Leia.
I thought that was awesome.
That was the one part I thought was weird.
Dylan.
But then,
I liked it. I was like, you know what? She's supposed to be like the most powerful Jedi there is.
yeah.
So,
See that I didn't know.
yeah. I mean,
But to me, it's like we haven't really seen her until the last movie. It was how many, a couple decades. So who knows what Luke taught her in that
Right.
time period?
yeah. That. I mean,
I mean, her
it was,
son is
it was
like
prophesied-
35.
It was prophesized in Return of the Jedi. Well,
Mm-hmm.
what if he fails? There is another, or maybe that was in Empire Strikes Back. Either way,
Empire. Yeah,
it was
it's
Empire. Yeah.
No,
What if
no,
he
no.
fails? It was right. At
It
the
was
beginning
right
of
at the beginning of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah.
Because it's right
There
when
is
Yoda
another.
dies. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. So either way.
yeah. So whatever.
So I was like, that was weird for a second. And I was like, she would have learned that. It's been a long time.
Yeah. I
So,
mean,
yeah.
instincts are going to kick in when you're about to die, right?
Right.
I mean, you turn into Mary Poppins. It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Yeah, no, I mean that was.
The
rough.
one thing I did notice is they started to use that crystallization that they use in Guardians.
Right.
For just a second.
Just
I was
a
like,
second.
don't do it. And
Yeah.
then she went flying back. So,
Fine.
On
Yeah.
that note, what are your thoughts on Paddington 2 again?
I thought we were off of that.
I know we're not.
the number
kidding.
2's made out of a jelly sandwich, which he loves, I guess.
Oh gosh, yeah, we're not.
A
we're
jam
not
sandwich.
Maybe we'll do the Peter Rabbit thing.
I didn't. I never liked Paddington even as a kid.
No, I didn't either.
I
I
did
didn't
not like
I
that
didn't-
character.
it-
I did
you know
not
what,
like. I
here's the
wouldn't
thing.
pick up the book.
Fuck him and his hat.
Yeah, it was like
I love bears. I love the Chicago Bears. I loved Yogi Bear.
Big hairy
Right,
gay
man.
men.
Yogi
and
Bear
leather,
was amazing.
smelling of cigar smoke. Yep.
You know what? All the Hanna-Barbera stuff, the Yogi Bears,
The Berenstein
that's
Bears.
all so awful when you
Berenstein
look at
Bears
it now.
Sucked balls.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm glad
So,
we're on the same page here. 'Cause I
Paddington-
hate Berenstein Bears and I
No.
hate Paddington Bear.
I mean, I grew up on a lot of just crazy, awesome kid shit, but Paddington,
I like the Bears and Grizzly Man because they ate that annoying guy
Yeah, true.
and his annoying girlfriend. And that's real life, but hey, whatever. I'm on the Bears side.
All right, so fuck Paddington.
We
Paddington.
found his watch. I gave it to his sister,
It's
Werner Herzog.
Werner Herzog, yes. One of the greatest.
I let his sister listen to the tape. It's too graphic for this movie.
I love Werner Herzog. I really.
I was like, I want to hear the fucking tape. Why are you hiding this? Oh,
Werner Herzog. Oh, I'm sorry, Werner Herzog.
Werner.
Werner. Yes. Yes. Well,
He seems like a nut.
Oh, I like him though.
Oh, he seems like he'd be
He's-
a nice guy, but a weird nice guy.
Yeah.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
he's very. I've seen. He's like a big John Waters fan, and he's kind of a goofy guy, but very serious goofy guy.
Mhm.
You know, like he seems like he has a sense of humor
Yeah.
about about things, but he's also he's also all about the watching of the bears.
I hate when, or I hope when David Attenborough's gone that he takes over the Planet Earth series.
Oh,
I would love to hear that.
He did.
The polar bear is about to eat the seal.
I'm pretty positive that you know what I know we're talking. I'm talking about the 4-year-old again, but they would watch the Penguins movies and Werner Herzog. I don't know if he was just tight on money or something, but he did the intro to the Penguins cartoon. It was the animated,
like Happy Feet. Those kind?
No, it's the Penguins. Madagascar.
From Madagascar?
Yeah.
Oh, that?
Penguins.
Oh.
And Werner Herzog, or Werner Herzog.
Did I see that?
He does the whole intro of it. And I remember hearing it, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Werner.
I feel like I've seen it, but I don't remember that part.
You know, the kids don't. I try and tell the kids it's Werner Herzog, and they're like, fuck you, Dad. But, yeah, no, I don't know if he was tight or something. It was probably a good paycheck, too.
Oh, I'm sure.
Because he doesn't get paid a lot for those movies.
No,
So
not
those all
documentaries.
independent movies.
No.
I did want to talk about something. And Kevin, and I know it might have been traumatic years ago.
Uh-huh.
It's been, 4 or 5 years? Actually, it might be close to 6 years that you did a movie called Backwoods 2.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to have the one
It's
of the...
more than that, I think, because it was before Dave moved.
It's, one of the stars. And Backwoods 2 is being released on DVD along with Backwoods 1 as a special feature. I don't know if I want to call it a special feature, but yes,
special ed feature.
Kevin is the lead, I'm sorry, I apologize. No, he's one of the leads. I don't want to say he's the lead because I don't want to get everybody excited, but he's one of the leads in Backwoods 2, and
yeah,
I'm interested.
Backwoods 2.
There's some excitement. I'm not kidding. There's actually there are probably about 6 guys out there that are listening right now that are wanting to hear about the what happened. What
you mean
was it like?
My Hollywood Me Too story?
What was it like on the set of Backwoods 2?
Well, there was way back. I wrote something called Morbidly Obese. Which is about 2 cannibalistic brothers tearing through Mesa. Because at one point, Mesa was considered the fattest city in America.
Yes. Mesa is a very dumpy, chunky city in Arizona. But yeah, is it
well, we got some meth in there now, so it's evening
thinned
out.
out a little bit.
So
It was only for 1 year.
Thinning.
It was only for 1 year. So I wrote...
So AJ shipped in some meth and cleared that up.
There you go. And... we went to a small town called Payson, which is northern Arizona, and used a double-wide cabin trailer that was somebody's in-laws or some shit. And we went up there and shot. It was sort of the plot of Morbidly Obese to some degree, but which we never actually made. And then with the backwoods stuff in it. And the first movie... Dave is Luther, and he's the main character. In the second movie, he was Luther for 2 minutes, and then these hillbilly brothers eat him for some fucking reason.
Spoiler alert.
Well, yeah, but it's the basic premise. And then they become crazy cannibal zombie things. So it was it's bad. It's not good, but for the B movie crowd, it'd be entertaining because we did some silly shit in there. So we had one kid who acted like he was a cat the entire movie. So there's a litter box scene. There is that.
Was that... Wait, I've heard about the litter box scene. Is that...
Did you watch it? Didn't I give you the screener of it a long time ago?
I fast-forwarded through it.
Oh, okay.
Was that human?
Because you are in it as me from Cinema Head Cheese.
Yeah, no, I'm not happy about my scene.
You think I'm thrilled about it?
But that's a different story. But was that human Was that
No.
real feces in
It was.
litter box?
I forgot what we used for the poop. But anyway, no, God, no, it wasn't real. We didn't John Waters this thing.
Yeah.
We didn't divine the movie.
Well, I think the fun stuff is the Jim Adberg stuff, the lasers.
Yeah, we brought Mama back, the ghost of Mama. I played 3 characters, which is always a bad sign.
Regular Eddie Murphy.
Yeah. This could be considered the clumps. But the guy who played my brother was a little weird and gropey. Like at one point he just rubbed his hand slowly down my back. And I was like, no. He was just super creepy gay dude.
But he was a lot larger than you.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could really take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Penetrate you and stuff.
I don't think he was a penetrator.
He
I
was
don't know.
more of just like
I think his
submarine
partner
penetrator.
was a receiver. It doesn't matter. Who
Okay.
gives a shit?
But anyway,
I don't understand that whole thing anyway, and I've had this conversation with Cam. Why wouldn't you want to just do everything?
So you were the.
Why is it so goddamn specific when you're gay?
You were Rose McGowan, pretty much.
Yeah.
With this guy.
Not quite. I was more whoever Louis C.K. jerked off in front of.
He just kind of did creepy
That was
stuff.
more whoever went on the date with Aziz Ansari. That was more me.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there was a scene where you had to we had to have our asses, and I'm like, I'm not doing that. I told Dave, I'm not doing that. And he's like, Dave got pissed at me. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Motherfucker sitting there with his phone taking pictures. I'm not doing that. And so Dave was my stunt ass. So
Yeah, I
he's
can see the resemblance.
only about 200 pounds heavier than me. So
More than that.
at that
Maybe.
time, I'm like about 165. He was probably about over 350. So yeah.
Yeah, at least.
So yeah, the 200-pound difference.
You know what, it's funny because so I mean this is, and I know
But he was my stunt ass.
I'm staying on track a little bit here, but years ago when we were doing Blown, there were scenes that we were going to shoot, and Kevin was going to be an exotic dancer, and he was
I
going
can
to
see that.
I was
Yes.
That was not a
No,
plan
don't
for that.
fucking go there. Okay, so you were going to be.
There was never a plan
Stop
for that.
it.
That was
You
not in
were-
the script.
You were going to be. You were going to wear a thong.
And tassels.
You were going to wear a thong
No?
and show your ass off.
That was
And
never going to happen.
Kim and all the girls and everything were going to be there to watch and see the sloppy Kevin ass.
I don't have a sloppy ass.
Well, it's gross.
No,
Mine's
it's a little
sloppy,
fuzzy.
but yours is gross.
You've never seen it. And no, there was never.
Imagine it's gross.
There was never a discussion about that.
I remember.
That was a dream you had.
No, there was a name. What was the name?
No,
of
there's people from Warner Brothers there and everything.
Yeah, like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, and
No.
Michael
Okay,
Jordan
so
was
wait.
there.
His name was Look.
The whole Toon Squad.
Okay. So the stripper's name was Kenny Humper. I'm not kidding. Dalyn.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
telling
listening.
you. I'm looking at I'm on my children. His name was Kenny Humper. Okay, and he was gonna have a thong.
Oh no
Kenny was
no
gonna wear
no!
A fucking thong.
No.
And show his ass.
That had nothing to do with
and
Blown.
shake his ass. And we didn't end up shooting that scene.
Okay, I can explain what Kenny Humper
Yes.
was.
Oh, so
It
that
had,
was...
no, it had
That was
nothing
the
to do.
Animaniacs
And
right
I
there.
didn't get
Kenny
signed.
Thumper was there.
It had nothing to do with Blown. There was
Kenny Humper,
never any nude anything or semi-nude anything.
No, your ass.
I wrote a
Flopping around.
short. No, there was none of that shit in there.
It was the
Because I
thong.
wrote the fucking thing. I never
I
would have
did.
done that
I
for
read it.
myself.
I read it.
Oh,
Kenny
Lord.
Humper, the thong.
I never
Yes.
would have written that for
Yes.
myself. No, I wrote the
Kenny
tale of
Humper.
a retired. It was either a porn star or something. There was never any scene of me doing anything because I would never have written that for myself.
Believe me.
It was no. Again, your dream is not the reality.
This was a whole complete.
This is
This
some
is
Freddy
another
Krueger shit
movie.
going
This
on
is-
right now.
This was for Blown, but yeah, that was yeah. Kevin's a pervert.
Well, I'm not going to deny that, but
But I wasn't trying to wear it.
not with myself.
I know, and you get the joke. Kenny Humper, Ken, and he.
Oh,
Humper.
I got it.
Mm.
All right.
I was
Well, we're
very
putting them in
creative.
Blasto now.
15 minutes or 15 years ago. Yeah, we should.
Genius.
15
Yeah.
years ago. Yeah.
I know.
Speaking of Blasto, when are you going to write issue 3?
I've started.
Good.
I have
Did you read
started, but
issue 1 and 2 yet?
I have read 2,
Yeah.
and
Okay,
I
good.
laughed and I enjoyed. And
Wild
that's where
card.
I'm taking. I know.
Yeah.
It's a good.
Such a great villain.
There is a desk here that I can write on.
Good.
So
Fancy.
All right.
it's all good. It will be.
I really got to get to work on that. So
Yeah.
Well,
We'll have to cut this short.
You guys are kicking ass. So,
I wish.
but yeah, no. I have actually my writing has been jotting on paper.
Good.
That's
It's
those are
physical.
That's the Blasto that I've done. I'm not kidding.
Yeah.
I have not
Okay.
done a lot.
Do you have a
but
villain?
I do have a villain.
Good.
I have 2 villains. I have because it's, so we have our wild card.
Mild card.
Mild
Mild
card.
card.
Mild
Okay,
card.
I've had a couple beers and
It's okay.
a couple of Jack. No wait.
Mild card is based on a real person.
Yeah.
of the Joker, right?
No, well, the
Sort of Joker Riddler-ish, but
Okay.
but the mild card is really somebody that we know. We actually
Well,
call him the mild card.
yeah, Liger, who's been on
Yeah.
Okay.
Masterpiece.
Well, and that's like with me. I'm sure he's a cool dude, but I don't. I
Did
don't
you
know
use
him.
the character that we asked Garza about?
Of course.
Okay,
Yes.
okay,
And
yeah.
That's
Based on and he loves it.
Yes, and that's
Okay.
where we're
Yes.
going there with.
And
it.
he insists that you contact him if you want details on the situation.
Yes.
So yes, he
No.
insists that you contact. Like
Yeah,
so
have
he
some
can
fun
make
with
it
it.
as realistic as
I will.
possible.
I think I might actually have to.
Yeah.
Because
Oh,
You,
he's
you
all
can
about
include
it.
me in on the chat just so that I can make sure I draw certain
because
things.
that I mean
Yeah,
that's
that's a good
actually
idea.
that is
Yeah, let's get a triple
yes.
chat going.
Three-way
with
with Garza.
There's
Yeah,
Blasto-
3-way with Garza. I know. It's like I was trying
Blasto.
not to say it, but
He
I
likes
said it.
he does like the chubbers.
I know he does.
good.
I know.
Gets double the
I
fun
love-
this
I love
way.
Garza. But yeah, no, we're rolling along. You guys,
Good.
You guys are kicking ass on. I mean, you're knocking out the second one, and I've read.
I don't know if it was call it knocking out, but I'm
Knocking
drawing it.
out.
Oh, I just got one,
I'm.
and I was rude and didn't offer anybody.
Yeah, whatever. I'll do it. We are having beers in addition to the podcast, so. No, but you guys are Dalyn's been doing a lot of art on the second Blasto. Blasto 1 available. Abnormal Ents.
No, bunny17media.com.
I'm sorry. Bunny17.com.
Bunny17media.com.
MasterpieceTheater.com. All of them.
Amazon Prime if you
Whatever.
want to keep it super
Yeah,
simple
just
for
look
yourself.
at Amazon. That's
You
easy.
can, you can
Yeah.
go to Amazon as well.
Just type in my name on Amazon and buy everything
Mm-hmm.
with it.
Type in, yes, Dalyn, Kevin.
Yes.
And, yes. And then,
And then look for us at Comic Cons.
Yeah. Even in possibly Saskatoon.
Saskatoon. I know. Even my wife is like, "So you need a passport?" I'm like, "Yeah." Are you going to go? I don't know. I just don't know that it'll be profitable yet.
Yeah. Though I mean,
if we have a few more books done, I don't even know when it is.
it's in September.
Okay. Oh yeah, you said that
Yeah.
earlier.
can you not lose any money? That's what I would say.
I think if it at
I'm
this
talking
point
for Dalyn.
to really think
Oh, I
about
would
it,
lose money.
if I went by myself, I could probably break even.
Right.
Probably.
And I would
But then I'm
definitely-
getting books out in
I
Canada.
would
It's
definitely
like,
lose money because I don't have anything.
yeah.
So
Yeah. I would
I
just be
ain't
there
got
for the good
shit.
time.
Yeah, exactly. I
And
mean,
trying to talk to people and get
wanted to go
myself
for
known
fun,
more.
that'd be another thing. But there's no making money realistically on this trip.
Yeah.
That's
Not
all.
on that
I even
trip.
think in
Yeah.
state stuff.
Like I feel like
is
the
just-
El Paso trip we're doing.
That's
well, we
doable,
can make
yeah.
money.
Yeah, I think that's doable.
Like if I went to Safford with you guys, it'd be worth it because
Yeah, you
I'm
can go.
I'm in state and I have a tiny little bit part of the.
You can come with us. You can drive.
So
yeah, or
But,
sit in the
yeah.
back and get farted on by Casey.
El Paso would push me over though,
Yeah,
but Safford is okay.
and the
Yeah.
kid's gonna go to Safford. I'll take her to any that happened during the summer. my goal is to not take her out of school for anything. So I'm trying not to book things on weekends I have her, because then that means she loses a Friday at school, and that's difficult. So, yeah.
You are a great father.
I know. Thank you.
Which is amazing, because you're a freaking freak.
Because you're a dad.
You are a really good dad.
Dads aren't good parents.
Yeah.
You know who are really good parents? Parents who play Xbox with their kids. Just
good
stick
segue.
their kids in front of the Xbox and just let them play.
Yeah.
Let them play all day and not give them love and just, not have them.
That's how I give love. Let you do what you want.
Anyway, no, I bought the Xbox. Actually, I bought it for the 4-year-old. But the 4-year-old's letting me borrow it.
It's awful. Mighty nice of him.
Yes, so I've been using it a little bit. No, I'm actually. I've been doing a lot of the survival horror stuff.
Okay.
I've really been into it, and Dalyn's not a giant horror fan, but I mean, I know you back in the day. You were really.
I like it.
The horror stuff.
I like it, but it wasn't number one in my wheelhouse. I was into comedies and action, so.
But I mean, I'm sure
probably
it was kind of number 2 for me after
Grand
comedies.
Theft Auto and stuff. I went years without playing. I really didn't do anything, and I didn't.
That's how I've been.
I didn't feel like it. You know, I didn't like.
I felt like it. I just know I don't get anything done if I play video games.
And that is where Dalyn's right, because you really can't get shit done.
Yeah.
Depending on what you play.
Or you get lost if you're playing something that's like a long role-playing game, and then you don't get to pick it up for a couple weeks. You forget where you were or what you were doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I'm not touching those games.
I play Madden, and I just get lost, because it's in that GM mode, and it's like a dream job type of thing. I
started playing a game recently with the Gloryhoundd crew, but I will talk about that one after you go into these, because you got a stack here.
I do. It's a minor stack. I mean, the top one is probably what I'm going to talk about the most. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, it's been. They're really. I mean, I have not been doing much of it, and it's something that I've always enjoyed. I've always been kind of a gamer, but I can't really. When you have kids, you can't be a fucking gamer. You have babies.
Well, you can, but
you can. Well, you can't. You can, but you're not.
It's hard.
It's tough to do.
It's hard.
So it's like you have time, and it. So.
What's on the bottom of your stack?
The bottom of my stack. I'm going to start with the top.
Oh, okay. So you said you're going to talk about that the most.
So, I'm not really. No. Actually, the top is what I'm going to talk about the most.
That's what I said.
That's what you said.
Dalyn,
I thought you'd talk about the other ones.
Dalyn is the most lucid of the three of us.
I understood it completely.
No, I know you understand, but I think you've had probably a few more ounces of beer than Dalyn has.
And I don't know. I'm on my third. I just started.
I've had the
most.
Yeah,
I've had Captain Morgan. I've had some beverages. Anyway.
Please don't turn this into Samurai Comics.
No, we're not. No, I'm not. Come on. Dude.
Hey, nobody needs to know what that means.
No
one knows what that means.
That means vomiting everywhere, and that's not going to happen.
Shout out to Samurai.
And then falling into the vomit.
Falling into the vomit.
And it hanging from his goatee.
Having to be wrapped in garbage bags to ride in my car. So anyway.
So I'm trying to reach out to our game.
Taylor and I just leaving before anything could happen.
You guys, no, Taylor was awful. But we're not going to talk about that.
Yeah, that was.
I'm trying to reach out to our gamer audience, which we might have.
Both of them.
Yeah, we have like.
Hey, we might have some folks from Gloryhound's show over here. I mean, that's not a video game show, but it's a game show.
But they do like video games.
Yeah.
Okay. Three dads here. We can't do the Zelda shit. We can't do the involved stuff. It's really tough to do that.
I can't because my kid is better at me than me at these games.
Yeah.
I mean, your kid. Yeah, I know.
I tried to play Halo with her when she's like 10. Yeah, I know Halo's not really meant for it, but I'm like playing like, oh, let me see, I can do this. Shoot, this is a tough level, and I'd never played Halo before, but I mean, it's first-person shooter, so I'm playing it, I'm like, can I try? Yeah, try it. She knocked the whole thing out, like, in no time. I'm like, Huh.
And that's like,
And that was was when I'm like, you're Xbox now.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'm out.
I know.
I'm out.
It's like pre-children.
Better than me.
Yeah.
Pre-children, I had the Call of Duty, and I was the master of Call of Duty, and then I played my nieces and nephews, and they would destroy me.
I think you're just the master of duty.
Well, that's me, though.
Hey, I beat my niece at Just Dance the other day, so that's something.
So you could actually move your legs?
Yeah.
Really?
Well, you only need to really move your right arm because that's the one with the controller.
So I want to
That's
tell
why the
you
thong
about
was there. Kenny Humper beating everybody at Just
Kenny
Dance.
Humper.
I am very skilled with my right arm.
He's denying the Kenny
A lot of
Humper.
jerking motions. It's pretty easy.
Xbox One. I did purchase it for the
Okay.
for the 4-year-old.
Mm-hmm.
It was for the 4-year-old.
Mm.
Not me. Not me. Anyway, there's a lot of great survival horror stuff on there, and Resident Evil has been on. It's been around forever. It's great.
Elvin
it's a great
told me it was
series.
awesome.
And
The latest one, he's like, it scared him. Like it was scary to play it.
are you talking about the
I don't know which one.
It's probably Biohazard.
Whatever the latest
The
one
most
was
recent
at the
one-
time that I talked to him.
It is. It's pretty screwed up. It's almost like Evil Dead meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you kind of immerse yourself into it. It's graphic, disturbing. It's great stuff. It's a lot less action oriented. I mean, it's got a lot of action in it, but you're not going to have a machine gun. You have to hide. You have to run.
I finally watched the first movie for the recently. Because I'm like, oh man, I haven't seen a single one of these.
I've seen only the first one, and it was
was good.
I liked it. That's when Marilyn
they're
Manson,
okay.
his first dive into movie soundtracks.
Yeah.
He did a great job.
It was good. Yeah, I was like, huh.
He and Trent
I get
Reznor-
why there was a whole bunch more after this.
Yeah, he and Trent Reznor have done a lot of that stuff separately.
I mean, they're great. I mean, I've got.
So you got 2 Resident Evil
I
games
have
there.
the remastering of the first one, and then one of the Origins, Resident Evil 0. They're both great, but amazingly, it's not Resident Evil that's great. It's Outlast Trinity, which is a game that came out a couple of years ago, and this game, you don't get a gun, you don't get a knife.
Can I look at it?
It is it's an interesting game because if you don't like that, if you don't like to shoot your enemies,
I
you're
wonder if
probably
this is
not
the one
gonna
I
like
see
it.
at the grid all the time. Like super graphic.
Highly disturbing graphic.
Could be.
You
'Cause
are
you know that one?
you
when
are
we're-
stuck in
that one?
You are stuck in a fucking in
that
a
one
fucking
game they play in the
prison.
corner.
I mean,
It might be, yeah.
No, you're in an insane asylum. You're
Oh,
stuck
nice.
in there. You're locked in. This game, it just does not take no prisoners. There's at one point I remember being locked in, and there were like these crazy dudes that were chasing me with their schlongs, just swinging. They're
So hot.
They are swinging, much like Kevin Moyers, just swinging,
Dragging
at
against the
me.
ground. And
Yeah.
But they wanted to
I
kill
have to
me.
roll down my sock to pee.
Yes, no.
It's like you have to roll down your socks to moon somebody.
So you get in Outlast Trinity, you get the prequel, you get the original. I played a little bit of the third one. The second one. It's excellent. It's highly
Awesome.
disturbing, and it's it's something that you can pop into, play it for a little bit, get just freaked out, and then go and have a life. It's something you can enjoy.
okay.
So,
Nice.
yeah, or if you want to play it all night and you don't have a life or whatever, then you can do that too. It's okay to not have a life. I do want to get that through, though. But yeah,
Play video
Outlast.
games. I don't care. Go for it.
Yeah, Outlast Trinity
Take care of your kids, though.
is excellent.
Yeah, do that.
if you like being stuck in an insane asylum with just crazy mofos that want to kill you.
That sounds fun.
It's great stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like a cool game.
It is a lot of fun. It's fairly, it's complex, but it's fairly simple. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense at all. But that's how I'm going to leave it. So, yeah, Outlast.
Okay.
I think it's going to be available for the PS4.
Is
eventually,
that's
but
what we're
right
up to, right?
it's
PS4
Xbox.
now?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the new one.
They have a Spider-Man game
But I have
that's
Xbox
coming out
One.
that looks amazing.
Yeah.
I know.
Or maybe it's already out, but it looks incredible.
they also
I
have
know
a
Dalyn's Mini has. Does she have the Xbox One or the
360.
Okay, she has 360.
Yeah, she doesn't
Yeah.
even care about getting the Xbox. She just plays Minecraft, so
It
she's like,
doesn't really
Yeah,
matter too much.
that's-
I mean,
for
yeah,
what she
I
plays,
get
she's
that.
like, I don't care.
yeah.
So when there's a new system that comes out, it'll be mine.
Well, the Friday the 13th
Yes.
game for PlayStation looks amazing.
It-
Oh, is
you know,
that
it
for the
does look
PlayStation
amazing.
Yeah,
4?
I think so. And
Friday
Look
the
that up
13th,
right
it does.
now.
The graphics are awesome.
well,
This-
did you
this-
see who they used for motion capture?
Kevin Moyers.
No, they used Kane Hodder. They used him for the motion capture, for the kill scenes, and I saw footage of the motion capture side by side with the actual video. It's amazing. But the fact that they went back to Kane Hodder makes me happy.
Yeah.
And
Well, he's-
Derek Mears,
Here's-
he looks right for the part. That's the one
He's
movie.
a giant, though.
That's the one movie I haven't seen. As far as Friday, it was the remake. It's the only one I've never watched because I'm worried I won't like it.
Yeah, it's
And because
okay.
I didn't like
It's okay.
Texas Chainsaw, I didn't like what I saw of Elm Street. But actually, Derek Mears was just on on the most recent Flash episode too, which he was good. He was actually a really good part in that. And watching that long documentary, that 2-disc documentary they did, watching him in
Crystal
it,
Lake one, yes.
yeah, and Crystal Lake Memories. Watching him in it and the respect he has for the movies and the character and everything, it makes me want to watch it, but I still haven't.
No, I've seen interviews with him. He's
Yeah.
he's a big nerd.
Huge
he's a
fan,
big nerd
too.
that will kill you.
So he was
He's
scared
one
of
of
playing the role
he's-
and
yeah, no,
fucking it
he's-
up. So yeah,
No,
not
that's
Ken
the vibe
Kersinger
that-
who fucking sucked.
He doesn't care.
Yeah.
No. Derek Mears seems like a cool dude.
Yeah.
Who actually cares. About
And he was
stuff.
great in the Flash episode, and it gets me closer to watching the remake. Finally, I think I'm going to do it. But
And well, yeah, the Flash
Yeah.
is awesome, but that's another topic.
well, I can, since we're on the game topic though, really quick. I will talk about the game I'm doing with Gloryhound and her crew. The Gloryhound and the Uninvited Gamers you can hear on Abnormal Entertainment. But she invited us all to, at least all the Masterpiece crew, to join in on Blood Bowl, which is a board game. It's a dice game like, Dungeons & Dragons, any of those. And it's like 2 football teams of different creatures. And you roll dice to move your guys.
Awesome.
It's not easy.
Right.
I've only played one so far as we're talking. I was supposed to play my second week, but the guy ended up going out of town for a convention. He couldn't do it. But we're doing an online version, and it's like an hour a week commitment.
Oh,
so I'm
okay.
like, all right, I'll do it. I mean, it's $20 for the game. I was like, that's fine. And then you just own it forever. So
Yeah.
we could do infinite seasons. But she's on it. Her husband, Dr. Gloryhoundd, Richard Newby, which you hear on their show. And it's kind of fun. I got my ass kicked 5-0. Each touchdown is 1 point, but the guy that plays it is really good at the board game. So, and we're talking through it, and while we're talking, he was teaching me about the game, which was good, even though he was killing me at it. But it's a lot of fun, and
I think I've heard of it.
yeah, it was interesting, and you can challenge my team is a team of these rat creatures, the Skaven or whatever. But I set up the whole thing. It's interesting. I'm enjoying it. So you can do practice games. You can join leagues and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun. Blood Bowl 2. That's the one we're playing.
That's
so
cool. That's
yeah,
cool.
interesting stuff. But you hear, I'm sure they'll talk more about it on Gloryhound and the Uninvited Gamers. So, because we're only in the second week of the league as we are recording now. So, but it's interesting. It's fun. It's video game, dice game, football, all crammed into one.
Nice.
So it's interesting.
So, Kevin, you've done I don't even know. You've done a shitload of Netflix originals, Hulu. Yeah, I mean, you've been the cinema head cheese, just mofo lately. You've been knocking out stuff. Black Mirror, have you yet to watch Black Mirror?
Well, I've seen the whole first season, and I've jumped around. Like, this one sounds good, this one sounds good. In the newest season, I've only watched one, and it was the one where the little girl gets lost in the store or whatever, and the
I
mom...
didn't watch that one.
Oh, the mom
careful.
implants a thing into her head to track her, and she can see what the girl sees.
You know what? It seems like every episode, and you know what? I love the show, but there's someone gets implanted something.
Well,
shit implanted
the idea
in their
is...
head.
I have not watched it yet.
It is great.
I know.
It's
Everybody tells
amazing.
me, they're like, you need to watch
If
it.
you like, I mean, I grew up. Well, I loved Twilight Zone. To this day, I can watch Twilight Zone. Forever.
Yeah, and they
But
still hold up. They still hold up.
It feels.
They do.
Like
Yeah.
I didn't watch them when I was young, but I watched them later. I'm like,
Yeah.
these are
They're-
good.
I mean,
We were watching it last summer.
That and Hitchcock.
My brother-in-law started
Awesome.
getting my daughter watching it, and she's like, "It's interesting."
Twilight Zone is awesome.
Yeah.
And Black Mirror. I mean, there's some that are just kind of like, what the fuck? I don't know if I like that.
Well, the thing
I
with
mean,
Black Mirror,
but
though,
it's kind of all over the place. Sometimes some are really, they're horrifying, and some are just kind of like, hey, okay,
But
it's just like you don't know what to think.
the thing with Black Mirror is every episode deals with technology.
Exactly.
That's the theme of it.
Okay.
100%.
So the very
Everything is-
first episode is basically it's kind of using YouTube in a way, where the guy wants the Prime Minister of England to fuck a pig
that was very funny.
so that he'll release the Queen's granddaughter.
That's the very first episode.
That's
of
the first
whole
episode of the series,
show.
yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
There's an episode
It's great.
where they have robotic bees to replace as the bees are going extinct, and they start killing people, and they have to
Like in
figure
The Flash.
that out. Sort of, yeah.
The girl from Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Kind of, but not.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah, but no, but
There's
you're right. It's similar.
Episode
it is
that
similar.
I liked recently that I watched. I think it might have been like the third or fourth season, but these, they're almost like beetles. They're like beetles or dogs, but they're security devices for these thieves are trying to just steal.
So they put Ringo Starr out there?
So pretty much, yes, they put Ringo Starr out there, and yes, these giant beetles are trying to kill these
Don't
thieves.
come in here, please.
Peace and love, peace and love.
Except it's not as funny as that. Yeah.
There was the guy from Get Out. Blanking on his
that's
name
the one-
right
that's
now.
like the
That's like the
second
second episode. It's
that,
sort
that
of
was a good.
It's
one.
a weird combination of like DDR having a Fitbit and the reality talent shows. It like all meshed together.
That was a. Really
It was
good
slow, but
but it gets going.
Yeah,
does.
it's
Where
good
they're
in
on
the
the
end.
bikes. They kind of like that's. They're on the bikes and if they're.
yeah, I like the one with Bryce Dallas Howard too, where it's basically centers around like your status in society is based on likes or thumbs up, thumbs down kind of thing. Like it combines all that Facebook, Twitter, Tinder, all that shit. Where you're just liking or disliking things.
That was we just watched.
That's a
that
great one.
episode. That's a great.
Yeah,
great
and I like
Huh.
Bryce Dallas Howard, so that's why I was
The
like, all right, I'm
darkest-
watching this.
The
Yeah,
darkest
she's good.
episode that
Yeah.
I've watched, that I watched, I think we watched it like a week ago, was White Christmas.
I didn't see that one
And
yet.
it's, oh my god.
I've heard
I mean,
Metalhead is
especially
great
having-
too.
Yeah, you have a kid, especially, you have, it's like White Christmas. I was like, oh my god. I wanted to, I wouldn't say tear up, but I'm like, oh gosh, it's one of those.
It's
one
about
of those
blowing
things.
loads
If you're
on a
par-
Christmas tree.
If you're a parent and you see it, then you're like, oh fuck, why did I watch that? But it was so good. John Hamm was in it.
Oh, okay.
From Mad Men. So
Yeah.
you have a prime actor in it, and I don't know.
Who's in everything right now?
Well, the first season was
Yeah.
only 3 episodes, and they didn't do that.
Yeah, I think it was.
And then they started going with the big names.
I think it was episode. I think it was season 2.
I
Yeah.
think the big names started
the white-
signing up
It was
for
actually because British shows do a Christmas episode. I think that was just their
Yeah.
Christmas episode.
White Christmas is easily my favorite, and it's the darkest thing that they have on that so far.
Yeah.
Because we've kind of skipped around. I want to see. I mean, there's some more episodes. I know there's one that I think Jodie Foster did. I have yet to watch it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, obviously they're bringing more talent in.
Yeah.
into Black Mirror, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's a great show.
I like it.
That's I mean, that's not to say that there are some turds, but there are enough really good episodes.
I've skipped around so much that I haven't landed on a turd yet. But I mean, the one with the guy from Get Out, I think I would it was just slow.
Yeah,
it was interesting in concept, but it was slow.
Yeah, I think with that show, from what I've gathered from everybody telling me, anything that you would consider a turd is more because it's not as good as the great ones. More so than being a bad episode.
The great ones,
like the great. No, just like
great
great episodes within the
series.
series. Like you watch like this amazing episode, then you watch a couple that are not as amazing as that one.
Yeah.
So of course you're like, eh.
Well, and they're not bad. It's like the difference between watching The Twilight Zone and The Outer Limits. Like Outer Limits was all right, but still entertaining. It was never Twilight Zone,
no.
right?
Yeah.
But it was still good. So I mean, it's like that.
Okay,
it's
compared to what we have now.
Yeah. The good versus the less
not as
good
great,
episodes.
yeah.
But well, I mean, overall, I just want to continue. I mean, I'm not stopping with the show.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Yeah.
It's well written. Even the turds are better than a lot of what I see.
Oh,
The show that I've liked on Netflix was The End of the Effing World.
oh yeah.
Man,
I still need to watch.
God
Yeah.
damn.
like that just blew. I'm like, because the first time I saw the preview, because I was just watching stuff on, what was coming up on Netflix, and I came across this YouTube video, and then it's like, oh, stuff that's coming up, and this, and then I got to that one, I'm like, whoa, because Brunansky has this Netflix group on Facebook, so
Right.
I'm like, oh, well, I'm going to finally post something in here. This is the first time I've come across something that looked worth
Yeah.
posting. I'm like, no, we should get on this.
Yeah.
And I sat down to watch one episode. Then I'm like 3 in. I'm like, oh, I should really go to sleep. But then that's all I could think about at work was this one. And
Yeah.
I told a coworker, and she was just like,
And I didn't realize it was coming up so soon after you said it.
Right.
So Justin Crawford, who used to do podcasts here, he watched it in one sitting. The whole
Yeah,
thing. He's
most
like, you need to
people
watch
do.
this. And that's what I did too.
I would.
They're all
have.
like 20 minutes long.
I would
And
have.
There's only
Oh,
8.
Okay.
Yeah, I would have
I think
if I
that'll
had
be
really
our next
known.
binge movie.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, and the episodes are only 20 minutes long.
It's so fast and so good.
See, I've kind of been, I've been nervous to watch one of the shows that's on Netflix, and I think it's funny. Okay, I know we're talking about Netflix shows, and we're not talking about just like fringe, horror cult and everything. But I'm actually nervous to watch. There's a show called 13 Reasons Why.
I watched it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to watch the show. I mean, it's about suicide, and it seems like.
Well,
is it really like worth it?
It's
without spoiling.
It's interesting.
Is it a little pretentious or
No, it feels like it's more for that, like the old CW crowd, where it was more like teen, like Dawson's Creek kind of shows and stuff. Like it's
Riverdale.
It's
Or
made
better than Riverdale.
Well, I mean,
I know you've liked Riverdale a lot. I've kind of been I like this, and
I know Riverdale is like
I'm all over the place with Riverdale.
You could almost put that in the guilty pleasure category as an adult, but it's kind of in that level. Like that's the audience they're going for. It's good. They have it set up for a second season.
Yeah.
I don't know why it should have just ended.
You've got people killing themselves.
There's just one, and she makes tapes before she does it as to each person that is the cause in a way, or is the reason she's doing this. But so it's interesting. And I breezed through that pretty quickly too. I watched all the episodes pretty much in a row. I just kept going with it. But it's okay. It's good. It's entertaining. But
she'll probably kind of put
it's
it on
not
the
gonna
back burner for binge watching.
Yeah, I mean, I've dealt with suicide in my lifetime. When I was 13, my cousin did that.
Yeah.
He was 28. And it's like, to think about it now, I mean, it's almost 30 years ago. We're creeping up on it. So, and it's never a thing you're going to get over.
No.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not the kind of thing where you would consider it like triggering or anything like that. It's more of a teen drama sort of thing.
Even if you haven't dealt with it, it's kind of a tough.
Sure,
I'm like,
sure.
I dealt with depression when I was young. I never dealt with suicide, but still the same thing. It's kind of goes hand in hand. It's like, okay, do I want to watch this, or
it's
kind of meh,
It's more like it's almost like watching a murder mystery. It's more like that than, I mean, you know what happens, obviously, because they start out with it, but just figuring out putting all the pieces together. So it's more like that, I think. But I don't know. I mean, it was a good show. I can, like, having teens watch it might be interesting because it bring up the conversation. But I mean, I thought it was all right.
Not negative.
But I mean, there are things in there about rape and bullying and other things like that throughout the movie that, things you could address with teens. I mean, probably should be addressed with teens in this day and age, especially. So, I mean, I heard an interview with Rita Moreno because the second season of One Day at a Time just came up. She was on Mark Maron's podcast, and she's like, oh, fuck yeah, I dealt with that. kind of.
She's, in her mid-70s?
She's 86.
Oh
wow.
My God.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
So, but she's like, oh god, yeah. Like there
Rita
was
Moreno was like
one producer that she
was-
avoided constantly, and
she was like
thankfully was able
Marilyn
to.
Monroe back in the day.
She's still like
woman.
at 86. You're like,
Yeah.
how the fuck does she look like that? I mean, they make her look older for One Day at a Time. And I think her character's like in her 60s or whatever, and she's believable as somebody in her 60s.
Just gorgeous.
And they have her
Italian
playing like her boyfriend in the show is Stephen Tobolowsky, who is in his. I think he's like 60. Well, no,
I'm just thinking of Schneider.
no. The reboot though came on last year, and the only character they kept was Schneider.
Oh,
He's the guy that runs the building. The One Day at a Time reboot on Netflix.
It's okay. See,
Norman Lear's
seen that.
involved. He's 96 years old or whatever he is. He's in his mid-90s, but yeah, they rebooted the show as a Cuban family. And Rita Moreno is the grandmother who moved over. It took a couple episodes in the first season to episode 3, and with short shows like that, I'll give them a couple. Sure. And then it got me, and I was like, okay, it's good drama. The comedy took a couple to really strike.
Good Lord.
But we started watching it, and Casey likes it too. And we started watching the second season. There are big laughs.
Kevin Moyers
really
is
funny shit.
Seriously, he's the Netflix freaking like machine.
Yeah.
If I want to find something good to watch on Netflix, I ask Kevin.
I just end up watching the same shows over and over again. I'm like, oh, I can't get into something else. I'm gonna watch Archer.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch Family Guy.
I don't.
Yeah, not
The
Family
shitty-
Guy.
Well,
I try not to rewatch
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
I
watch shitty stuff. I watch Brickleberry.
I haven't watched that
I've never
one yet.
seen it.
I know it's a garbage show.
Yeah.
I watch.
I'll tell you a show that I watched. I mean, I already burned through the first season. I think it was only 10 episodes, and season 2 is airing right now. But Crashing on HBO with Pete Holmes.
Okay.
Pete Holmes
on
is
HBO?
yeah.
It's Netflix though.
No.
You don't have HBO, Moyers.
I might have a password for HBO that I got from somebody
Okay.
recently. But on HBO, I wanted to watch the show. So I like Pete Holmes. He had his talk show after Conan on TBS. He did all those Batman sketches for College Humor, was it?
Yeah, and he also did the firing of all the X-Men.
Yeah, he did all
Professor
those.
X.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched that yet, that is the best thing you can find on YouTube is Professor X firing Wolverine.
Well,
I have a motorcycle.
Pete Holmes describes himself as lesbian Val Kilmer, and he.
Oh
that's perfect.
That's pretty.
Sort of looks like John Ritter. Sort of looks like Val Kilmer, but very kind of feminine, really.
Yeah.
And then he admits
He looks
it.
very soft.
Yeah, and overall, I'm tired of the Hollywood-centered shows. Like, I'm fighting to be an actor or a comedian, shit that normal people can't really relate to.
Right.
But the thing with this, the difference with this, is it's not. I mean, that's kind of what the show is about, but it's way more about Babe in the Woods. Like, he really was very religious at one point. He's still religious, but very, very much so. He married the first woman he ever had sex with. In real
Pete Holmes.
Yeah, in real life, he was dating a woman.
Is he Catholic?
No,
Really?
I think Baptist or something.
He's not? Okay.
He's from Boston,
Wow.
but in real life, he was
Boston,
dating
not
a woman. She gave him a blowjob, and he's like, "Well, now I have to marry her.
I'm gonna marry
Now
her
I have
for
to.
the blowjob."
No, but now I have to, because in the eyes of God, we did this thing. Seriously, and they got married. She cheated on him with a guy.
Oh no.
And then they got divorced, and he was just lost. And they go through all of that shit in the show. So it's interesting. And he is just like this doe-eyed baby, looking at. And they have tons of people. Artie Lang is basically the second lead in the show. And he's
Nice.
Artie
great.
Lang of all people.
Yeah, he
Awesome.
takes him under his wing. He's so good.
God.
And all these comedians play themselves. The only one, Lauren Lapkus, plays his ex-wife. She's the only one that plays a character. But all these comedians, Sarah Silverman, Steve Agee, David Tell. The most recent episode I watched from season 2 had Bill Burr.
A lot of great people.
Yeah, and
I love Attell.
all these
Burr.
people kind of leading him. And the title Crashing is he's crashing on people's couches as he works through. But
And this is all on HBO.
Yeah,
HBO
yeah.
has so much good
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah. And I think,
I might know somebody who can pull this up on the Cody. I don't know if you know what the Cody is, but
No.
I might know somebody who can pull this up.
I
on
do
Kodi.
know what that is. I do know.
I don't, but
So
that's okay.
It's
It's a
We'll
stick
talk
that
about-
We're
catches
not
fire.
Oh, yeah.
It's code.
Got it,
It's
yeah.
code for,
Yeah.
Oh, well, anyway.
For
Yeah.
a flaming
So-
stick, got it.
So someone might be able to watch it, but I'm interested. Let's
Yeah,
just say
Yeah.
that.
because I know in April there's something that's coming out on HBO, and I was like, "Oh my god, I'm going to get it
I'm
just for
going
that
to
month."
Kansas.
And then Frankie G's like,
Bullshit.
"No, just come over. We'll review it together." Because there's an Andre the Giant documentary.
Oh,
It looks so good.
I will watch that.
Just did this.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, man.
You described the clap that I just did. I just did this
Seal clap.
Yeah.
I did the seal clap for.
He looked like Paul Abdul, American Idol.
Well, once Happy concludes, I'm going to go over for a marathon with Frankie G at his house. We're going to do that. So
Nice.
So wait,
Yeah.
Dalyn, when does the?
It's a good show.
April.
When is it?
Sometime in April. I don't know when it was.
God.
But we were watching the Royal Rumble at Frankie G's house, and that came on. I'm like, oh my god, I heard about this. And then in April, and I'm like, I'm getting HBO for a month if that's the case.
Yeah.
And he's just like, just come over. We'll just review it afterward. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, let's do that. Let's make a night of it.
I
all
don't know
day.
if this is true. I mean, this is just something I heard through the grapevine. Was when Andre the Giant when he would wrestle Hulk Hogan, he would do kind of the like the stink fingers. He would do the monkey hook in his ass,
Maybe.
and then go up to like he would be like have him in like a chokehold and do this to Hulk Hogan. He would like stick his fingers.
stick his dirty fingers
He
in
would
his nose.
stick his stink-covered fingers in
would be
Hulk Hogan's
hilarious.
nose.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do.
Yeah,
What are you going to do?
no, I mean he's like 520, 530 pounds, and probably the biggest hands
Yeah.
of any human on the planet.
Yeah.
And he would drink like pitchers of wine. Just
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
amazing.
When they were talking about that on the just a little preview for it, I'm like, oh my gosh, Andre's known for being this legendary drinker, but he did it for pain. So he was in pain
Oh,
always.
sure.
Yeah.
And
everything.
so, all this stuff that I've read and all this stuff that I've watched on Andre, I'm like, I can't wait because I know HBO does
I'm looking
does
forward-
documentaries
They
so
do an
well.
amazing job on it.
Because
Yeah.
when I watched the Defiant ones on there, that was amazing. I'm like, okay, yeah, if you're going to do that with Andre,
I'm going to go through that one too.
yeah, the Defiant ones is one of my favorite
And I
documentaries I've
think
watched in a
we're-
long time.
Kevin's excited, and he's not even a wrestling fan.
You don't
I'm a
have to be. You
wrestling
don't have
fan.
to be a
I
wrestling
was
fan.
at that point though.
You don't.
But Andre,
I was at that-
Andre
the
is so
Giant-
beyond.
Yeah.
But when you're, I mean,
Billy Crystal's in it?
But I mean, Andre the Giant is our.
He was
part of-
amazing.
He was part of our like just growing up.
That was-
It Andre.
That was the time when I watched wrestling. I kind of
Yeah.
fell out of it later when WWF started falling
Dalen's
apart.
been into it forever.
Yeah.
We've
I
been
fell
into
off a
it-
couple times.
I fell out. I think I've been into it
Early
long-
'90s, I fell off.
I've been into it. Yeah, I probably No, yeah, actually, early 90s.
Early 90s, I fell off when there's all that magic stuff with Papa Shango and Undertaker doing stuff.
Yeah,
Doink the Clown did it for me. Doink and Dink.
Austin.
I was like, I'm done. And Gold Dust.
I think Moyers was into it like until like 91. Then he was done.
Probably around then.
Yeah, that's about when.
Sense.
Yeah,
I was
Doink,
done. I think I was.
That's about when Dink, I think, showed up.
Yeah,
I think probably about 98. I got back into it.
Oh yeah,
with NWO.
Well, the NWO I watched a little. Yeah,
because like one of my cousins from Minnesota, he
Minnesota, huge wrestling.
Well, yeah, but I mean, he knew I was into wrestling, so I was. He's talking to me about it because he came over.
Kurt Hennig,
and he's wearing this NWO hat. I'm like, I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man, yeah, you like the NWO? I'm like, I don't know what that is. Are you serious? I thought you watched wrestling. I'm like, yeah, dude. When I was 10, like, I don't know what you're talking about right now. And then he's like, no, there's this NWO thing, and Hulk Hogan's a bad guy, and he fights Roddy Piper, and Roddy Piper beats him all. I'm like, what? Roddy Piper is the good guy? All right, I'm back in. I'm going to watch this. And then I watched it. I'm like, blown away. I was WCW through and through for a while.
Oh, God.
That was the first time I watched WCW, because in Chicago, it aired the same time as WWF on a shittier station.
Yeah, because you had it on TBS, and then you probably had it on like one of your local stations for Superstars.
But when I was a kid, it was like Channel 32, which became Fox for WWF.
66.
Yes, but for WCW, and that was on at the same time. So in '66, the signal was shit, so we couldn't really watch it that much.
Chicago, we had but there's '66. We would have we had to have the Texas stuff. We would have the like the Von Erich stuff.
Yeah,
like that,
which I never got into when I was young.
Talking
and I watched
turning
it now,
a knob on the TV that era.
I mean, I was more into WWF.
Yeah. So was I.
Go to 66.
I was a WWF guy, and then I didn't watch the other stuff except when I like Sting. Sting would come out and wrestle, and I'm like, oh my god, this guy's great. And the Steiner brothers, I thought, were awesome too.
Yeah, until they got freaky, but
but I mean, in the late '80s,
it was Scott Steiner that was kind of just odd.
Yeah, but I'm talking about when he still had the mullet.
Yeah,
that's when
hair.
not the bleached.
Kind of crazy. When they were just a tag team.
Yeah, I was like, man, I'll watch it for these guys, but I didn't really watch it for the other stuff because I'm like,
Yeah, it was okay.
It wasn't the steroided out guys that I like to see on.
It was you. Remember,
WWF.
like, the biggest guy was UWF or UHF or what? I don't know, whatever.
That was a Weird Al Yankovic movie.
The biggest.
We got it all.
The biggest guy was. This was before WWF was the Ultimate Warrior. He was just the Dingo Warrior.
Yeah, I heard about it then. I didn't. Yeah.
And it was when the Steiner brothers were just the Steiners, and then of course you had the Steiner. You had Scott Steiner with just the mullet and everything.
Yeah. Rick Steiner still wearing the headgear.
Yep.
Yeah. He's always worn the headgear.
Yeah.
And barking.
But so yes. I'd love to talk. I could talk wrestling forever, but I do want to jump in really quick. I mean, as we kind of wrap up.
Sure.
Big Dan Urbach.
Yeah, I did talk on the.
I know you
the
did.
Little David Letterman short. I gave the little.
The David Letterman.
Yeah,
you didn't get
the pod short.
You didn't get the Dolniak tribute.
No. You worked on that movie as well.
Yes.
You were there the day we were in the adult bookstore, weren't you?
Dan Urbach.
How about this one? Giant dick.
Yes. Kevin's grandpa, Dan Urbach, one of the just sweetest, gentlest men that I've ever met. I know that sounds kind of creepy, and I mean a little gay. Not that I have anything offense to gay folks, but yeah, no. Looking at the let's say the erotic films that we had on display during our shooting of Blown, the Runaway Sluts movies, and just having
we plugged those in. I forgot
and
about
having
that.
Having Dan gaze at the Runaway Sluts movies and being just like, oh, what is this here? Oh, look at this Jeff here. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, I'm adding a little bit to it.
well, let's put in a note. He was appropriately, when we were filming that, 69 years old.
Dan,
Nice.
Yeah.
Dan was
Nailed it.
Dan Urbach was 69, but he acted like he was probably about 29.
Well, you're actually almost
he was-
dead on, because
he
I'll tell you, my dad told me once a few years ago, he's like, you know, your grandfather once said that,
Throw that there, please.
he's like, that your brain stops at a certain age, and he said for him it was 28. That's like where his sensibilities, everything stopped at about 28. So you're pretty dead on there. And that's where he felt like he stopped. He's been a 28-year-old for, you know, almost,
So awesome.
for 56 years.
Yeah,
So that's
and
pretty funny.
I agree with that. I mean, he was just a wonderful, sweet man who had I don't know if he had an admiration for the B movies.
Mm-hmm. Just
I
movies in
appreciated
general,
that,
yeah.
And he was nothing but kind to me, made me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially around those rubber dicks.
Oh, he was having a blast.
Those giant,
Uh-huh.
huge, just massive rubber dicks.
He-
Dan Urbach would just giggle,
Yeah.
and laugh. So anyway,
He there was a box, and this is with my first ex-wife, the good one, not the bad one. There was a box of these green penis lollipops on the counter. He's like, "Oh, maybe I should bring one of these home for your grandmother." And I was laughing. She was like, "Oh, what the fuck?" But yeah, she was cracking up too. But
That's
yeah.
pretty good.
But he was goofing around the whole
Yeah,
time we were in
that's
there.
awesome. Which is
Everybody's
what
like,
you wanted
"That's your
for that role,
grandfather?"
right?
I'm like, "Yeah, holy shit, he's great."
and he
So,
hung
yeah.
around for Spore Kill.
Yeah, we brought him in.
Our slasher film that we did
for
with,
that.
Craig McMahon.
Craig McMahon, yeah, he needed people to fill in his gamblers. So we're like, well, what about, you know?
One of the
He's
sleazy
like, great,
gamblers.
yeah, that's
I
awesome.
want to be a
Because
sleazy gambler, Kevin.
he's
my
like,
Dan-
at that point, he was like, as long as I don't have to memorize lines, because I don't have the memory for that shit anymore.
I'm doing my Dan Urbach, the very rare Dan Urbach voice
Impression.
I want to be a sleazy gambler, Kevin.
Yeah, Craig was
Sure.
all about like, good, we'll have a range of ages.
Yes.
He had his friend that kind of looked like David Cassidy. I don't remember that guy's
Yeah,
name.
Dan.
But yeah, but I mean, he had a variety of people there, and to put the one older guy in there, and it was Dave's, because that was one of those movies I played multiple roles, but I was just like a victim in a mask, so you wouldn't see my face anyway, and I get my
You
head
were all
chopped
over-
off with
in
a
that
sword.
movie, you did a lot in that movie, though.
Yeah, I just did 2 of that, but I got my head chopped off with a sword, and Dave's idea was to have like the gamblers are silent. And Craig's like, how do I break the silence? And he's like, have his grandfather go, yeah, like cheer his. He's like, I think that's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, that's
It's our
awesome.
own little thing.
That's fantastic.
So yeah, but
So yeah, I mean,
So he's in-
definitely, Dan, we miss you, love you, bud. I mean, I didn't get to drink beers with you or anything, but got to act with you, and I'm appreciative of it. And rest in peace, my friend. And bachelor party, right? If you've seen Blown, and I know there's like 3 of you that are
It's-
listening right now, maybe
It's available in a lot of places.
I
that you
put
would
it on the.
expect.
I
It's-
put it on
It's
the.
on the YouTube.
Yeah, I put it on the Abnormal Entertainment YouTube
Or
channel.
you can go to the Walmart website and order it
I
on
know.
DVD.
Oh, you can.
Blown
That's
is
right.
available
can.
on Walmart.
Yeah, if I meet you somewhere,
I've-
I'll sign it.
I've thought about ordering it. Just-
Starring Dan Urbach. Okay?
Yeah,
yeah.
Dan Urbach, yes.
yeah.
Maybe we should do what Dave says and hawk it at Comic Cons. Do it for your grandfather. It's
I could buy
okay.
some more. I think I might buy some more on Amazon.
Yeah.
And then just sell them. I think you buy them for like $4 and sell them for $10.
Well, we should do the
Whatever.
Blown Backwoods 2, whatever other dog shit we've done box set.
I don't know.
I think we need to do another. I think we need to do a movie. I haven't done one with you guys.
Yeah. Well, we're working on.
We're working on one.
We have the ability to do it.
Yeah.
But I don't. We'll see. I think the first thing is knocking out Blasto. And
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jeffrey needs to do some work on that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I need to do some work too, so
Yeah.
I need to
Jeff
finish
needs to do
2.
more work.
I need to finish 2, and then I can do 3.
I've got so many writing things going.
Oh, so
I talked into Google Docs on my phone on the way to work yesterday and wrote an entire chapter of one book in
I wonder if I
Google
should do
Docs.
that.
You know what? Google Docs was rated as the highest for getting things right, and I went through it all. It was perfect.
That's awesome.
It was perfect.
I wonder if I should just do that on my drive to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But Google Docs is the highest rated as far as catching the correct amount of words.
Whereas I'm going on my walks for being fat and out of shape.
I have those too.
Yeah.
Well,
I hate
I'm
walking.
thin and out of shape, so
I hate walking. I hate exercising so much.
Yeah.
I just hate it.
too.
And it's like, oh my God. And then I'm like, okay, doctor said just go walk. Walk.
this is the age where you hear doctor
I'm
said.
in where,
Yeah, doctor said.
It's so fucked.
Yeah, it's
I
so
am-
terrible. This is the
I'm
Over
still
40 podcast.
I'm eating crap today, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
eat healthy tomorrow, and I'm gonna work
I know.
out, and then I'm gonna eat crap on Sunday.
I'll eat crap on Sunday.
Because
But
we're
yeah,
gonna
for the
watch
most
the
part,
Super Bowl.
I do okay. But I know I need to walk
You know-
more and just get my steps
Well,
in.
I think we
You're
should
both
walk.
you're both invited to come play
Why
football
don't-
with me on Sunday morning.
yeah, it's
Oh,
not,
shit,
that's
we
a hard.
It's
do
just
that.
flag.
That's a hard pass
It's
on
flag.
should
But
do
it's fun.
tackle.
And no.
No,
It's,
I'm not
it's
gonna do-
all a bunch of the first
My
10
knees
minutes
are
is
bad.
heavy panting because nobody can breathe. That's the first 10 minutes, and then you get used to it. You're fine. I haven't played in a couple years.
There's no getting used to it for me.
Yeah. Well,
Sunday
as-
morning,
as
Out
the,
of
I am-
shape.
as the second oldest
I'm
person in the
MOD,
room,
so-
I'll say that I can
I have more physical duty. I have,
not
to manage
listening.
a I have to manage a hotel on Sundays, so
Yeah.
that's way fucking more.
it's the first
Crazy.
time I'm playing in a couple years, but only because I fucked my ankle up so bad a couple years
Yeah.
ago. So, but I used to play.
I used to
couple
play
years
a
ago.
lot. I used to
Yeah.
play a lot of flag football, but I mean I was in my 20s.
Like, I
still.
bought gloves and cleats.
Wow.
The last time I played, I scored 4 touchdowns. So
Wow.
that's
I
I scored 4 touchdowns. So that just shows you
I'd
how
still be up
what
at
a
halftime.
mess everybody is.
Yeah, when I did play in my 20s, there was one guy who was so good, so above and beyond all of us. He was up to or for professional soccer leagues and things. He could run sideways faster than anybody could run forward.
Yeah.
And in my 20s, I was okay. He's like, I like that you can actually stay with me, so
Yeah.
I like that you cover me. I'm like, that's cool. It didn't last long.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm panting. He's like, Dalyn, go left. Just so that I could still cover him for a minute. Because they're going to throw it at. They don't even have to throw it to him.
Yeah.
They just throw it in that direction. You just hear, and it's just I'm like, where did he just go? But-
Well, the guy I generally cover, and he's already like, oh, you're playing Sunday? All right, we're covering each other. He's a 56-year-old Canadian who's shorter than I am. And it's like, we can handle each other. That's how it works. You
Okay.
find the person you're pretty much matched with, and because
and
we
you
all
just play
know.
together. And it's
We're all
not
fucking
too
mess.
it's not
Yeah.
too oh my god, I'm going to beat
Yeah,
this
the
team so
30-year-old
bad.
guy who's in shape, I'm not going anywhere near that guy.
No way.
No, not a chance.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
it just took Jeff, for anybody who doesn't know this, 2 minutes to get out of a chair, and he looks like he's going to die.
Yeah.
It took
It looked
8
like-
minutes, and I've got a Charlie horse going.
It looks like there's actually a college humor video of these guys that are all built like me, but they've actually got pillows in their shirt. And the noises they make as they get up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this is how it's like to be a dad. I'm like, all right, I'm failing to see the humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, this isn't that funny to me because it's too real.
Yeah.
Like maybe my daughter would think it was funny.
Yeah.
Because she's like, yeah, that's like my dad. Look, it says this on my shirt, and he has to groan to turn around to show the back of his shirt.
That's
Yep.
bad. That's
All
bad.
right. Don't laugh. I'll put on the Ric Flair shorts.
Woo! Woo!
Sure.
Was Ric Flair saggy titties going on?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's not good.
Except he's closer to 70, and we're just
Yeah. He's still in better shape.
he's still
than
in
you
way
are.
better shape. He's fresh out of the hospital, and he's in better shape than I'm in.
A heart attack, a stroke. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So awful. But so I play a lot of Pokemon Go now.
I'm doing the Olympics.
Just so that I'm like, okay, I got to walk this far to hit one of these Pokestops so I can spin it because I've run out of Pokeballs and I can't catch anything. So like it's my motivation to keep on walking. I'm like, man, this Pokestop is so far. But if I go there, then there's one right across the street, and then there's another one at the Safeway. All right, let's do this. Mm-hmm. and I just don't like walking for the sake of walking. I just don't get it. I know other people do, and it's their thing. But I'm like,
if I do that, it's because I'm getting cabin fever in the house, and I need to just go outside.
Yeah.
So,
and I get that.
Yeah.
But I mean, those that
but
walk
even then,
for like
I'm
hours
talking into my
you're still doing something though, right?
Writing something.
Yeah. Like
so,
I just can't. I don't understand the people that just walk for hours and then it's like, or exercise for like ever.
I have to have
like cardio
destination.
type stuff. Like, what are you doing? Like that seems so boring.
Getting swole, bro.
Amazing cardio for me was walking on doing the elliptical, going pretty hard on the elliptical and watching Cape Fear.
Okay.
With
Bob De Niro?
Yeah, Bobby De Niro.
Or the old school one.
Yeah, no, it's
the newer. Well, not newer. It's still like 20-something years old,
Bobby,
but still.
yeah, Bobby De Niro. Yeah,
but
putting his fingers in what's her name's mouth.
Yeah.
I hated that movie so much. I really did.
But it's a good workout movie. It really is.
For you, yes.
It works.
No, and it does work. I watch like wrestling and stuff. Like I got on the treadmill once. And I thought, okay, I'm going to watch this Iron Man match with Shawn Michaels and Bret Hart.
Yeah.
Like, man, I could walk for an hour if they can wrestle for an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And I had it on kind of like an uphill setting.
Yeah.
And I'm just going. I'm like, okay, we're getting close to that hour. Oh, no, they have to go into overtime for some whatever reason. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm just like sweat pouring off of me. I'm like, I know I'm just walking. But still, you guys took a lot of breaks during that match. This is bull crap.
Yeah. That's like when I went to the cardiologist to do a stress test. And they try to get you to
do that.
Well, they try to get you to run for. Well, I thought I have extremely high blood pressure. So you're supposed to be 120 over 90. I was like 189 over 132. Not good.
Okay.
So that's why I had to do it. But they want you to try and run 10 minutes on this treadmill. I didn't know that until I was like 14 minutes in, and I'm still going. I'm like, when does this stop? My shins were killing me.
You're right.
Because it's hard. I mean, on that, I got patches shaved into my chest where they stuck the things. And he's like, wow, nobody's ever gone this long before. I'm like, you mean I could stop? Because I'm fucking dying here. He's like, can you make it to 15? I go, I'm done. I'm stopping right now. Turn this fucking thing off. My shins are killing me.
Yeah.
I could have kept going if not for that, but just like, no. I don't know. But, yeah, if you have something, because for me it used to be like I'd watch the Nightly Show, Larry Wilmore. I'd watch that for half an hour in the morning and do something, and then, it kind of makes the time go.
Yeah.
You're paying attention to something else. If you have something you can do that with.
No, yeah,
right?
no, because I got the Spotify going, and then
music's hard because then it's...
Yeah, it's not my only thing.
Yeah.
It just kind of helps. I'm like, okay.
It's not a specific time period.
Stupid Pokestop. And I'm like, and I was telling somebody at work, I'm like the oldest guy playing Pokemon. She's like, I guarantee you're not.
Oh, no.
It's like, but I feel like it.
Yeah.
But because I have no clue I never watched it, so I have no idea what I'm doing. But the dumbest thing happened last night.
What's that?
So I'm like sitting there, and I just kind of put on the Pokemon for whatever reason, and I'm like, hey, there's stuff around here. Ooh, there's a Charmander. It's at the fountain really close by, but it's like 9:30 at night. So I drove there.
Oh, Dalyn.
I'm like, I need another Charmander. I need to go there. So, because he's my little buddy, and I walk with him, and so I went there, and I'm like, well, I'm going to flip this Pokestop. Dude, there's no Charmander here. I drove a little bit. I'm like, oh, there he is. I parked. I'm like, got him. This is pathetic. Now I got to go home. Hope my parking spot's still open.
Oh, sitting at Comic-Con with Mandy and Dominic when Dominic from Mess Bucket.
Yeah, Mesa Bucket.
Yeah, Mesa Bucket. But sitting with the two of them, getting food after Comic-Con the one night, and they're just going at it with the Pokemon left, right, and center.
Right.
I'm just sitting here like, I deleted that shit already. I don't know what the fuck.
I still have no clue what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Like, no clue. I don't, do you ever go to the gym? No.
I did once.
I don't go to a real gym.
Got my ass kicked, yeah.
Yeah, I hit it, and then I'm like, these guys all have like 2,000 something.
Yeah.
I don't think I have anything like that. I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep on walking.
No, I got tired of it. But there's only like one Pokestop close to me.
Right.
So there's one that's kind of like a 25-minute walk. I'm like,
Sure.
I'm not going over there.
Yeah.
You know.
I've got a few that they're a little ways, but I mean, but it's all doable. You know what
if
I mean?
you have the goal to walk, then
it's my I got to get off my fat tuchus and walk.
With you, man.
Yeah.
So
I've got a wedding to work towards. Not my own.
Oh.
My brother's. So I need to look thin.
Okay.
In pictures. So
You'll have to tell me which brother is getting married. So
yeah. No.
Awesome.
So Dalyn and I are gonna.
I'm gonna guess it's not the
Dalyn
one
on
that's
it.
already married.
Dalyn and
that
I
I
are
know.
jogging partners now.
I'm not up to jogging yet.
No, walking.
Not there. I'm walking because that's what. Now years ago, that's
like-
what my doctor said because I've got high cholesterol. That's my fat
elliptical. I like
thing
brisk
that I got
elliptical.
going on.
I like to just kind of move on the elliptical like this at this motion, which you can't see, but I'm just at a good motion.
Yeah.
Like cross country skiing.
Yes, like exactly. Yeah, and that kind of
Oh,
works
wait.
for me.
Oh no, it's
That's
back.
when you're in bed with two other guys.
Yes.
You're doing skiing.
Yeah.
Ski poles.
I'm glad you caught everything so far tonight, Kevin. You caught
you gotta go
you
to
don't
the
bring me
cons.
flowers earlier.
Kevin,
What?
you gotta go there.
I always do.
So that's a nice segue from Big Dan to Stroking Cox.
Mm-hmm.
Crying
Yeah.
out loud.
He would
He
appreciate it.
would appreciate
Yeah.
it.
I-
The funny
Sure.
thing is, you know what? I didn't know Dan as much as you did, but the times that I was around him, I think he would probably giggle.
Well, I don't believe in an afterlife. It's kind of an atheist thing to not believe in stuff. But, you know, we were always, because he listened to Raise Your Spirits, and he'd send us comments and stuff like that. And Cam always wanted to have lunch with my grandparents, and it never happened. So I like to imagine if there is an afterlife somewhere that he and Cam are just pounding drinks right now.
Oh, my
wherever
God.
that, because holy shit, they would
Jim?
be.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'd put down
I
quite a few
didn't
beers.
get that honor with Dan.
You know what?
I did get it with
He
Cam a lot.
stopped drinking.
Yeah. I think you told me about it because he was a bartender.
He was crazy with
He
that.
was a Dan Urbach.
Yeah, he was a professional, like at a high-end place called the Plantation.
Blown.
Yeah.
Was a amazing bartender.
Yeah, at a high-end place called the Plantation in Chicago, and
And he served Richard Speck, actually, right before the murders.
did he?
I'm kidding. I
Oh,
just threw
okay.
that out there.
Yeah. Oh, I
Right
mean,
before he murdered 10 nurses.
well, he knew Virginia McCaskey, who owns the Bears, from that job. Yeah, and knew her fairly well. But he was pretty crazy with that stuff. Like when he was younger, his doctor told him to stop smoking. He quit cold turkey. Little bit after
He quit the booze, too.
yeah, a little
Right,
bit
you know?
after, just for health reasons. A little bit after moving here, he went to the doctor. The doctor's like, if you don't stop drinking, you're going to die. He goes, all right, and he just stopped.
But
And
he wasn't a
Good for
fat guy.
him.
He was a thinner guy, though.
He was heavier before
He was a
when he
fat-
drank.
he was
Yeah.
a
Oh, I got pictures. You'd be like, holy shit.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
The Dan I know was a thin guy.
No, I got pictures from
So
when
he
I
was
was a
a
kid.
fatty?
Remind me and I'll show you. But yeah, he had a lot more weight on him when he
Yeah.
drank. Once he quit, man, it just fell off of him. In fact, here's a great story, a great Dan Urbach story. He, through their health insurance, he had a free YMCA membership, and there's one like right down the street from where they live. So he went there, and there's this chart, and it shows like the leaders, because everything was digital at that point. You set your phone app, and then it would track. You just punch in your number at each machine, it would track what you did. So there was something where it was the cumulatives for the month, and he saw like the cumulative most weight lifted for the month. He's like, I'm retired. I got time. So here he was at like 78 years old, went into the YMCA, and lifted the most cumulative weight for the month. There were these big muscle dudes like, who the fuck is this Dan Urbach guy? Huge, giant guy. And they're like pointing over there. And he's like, hey, waving at these huge bodybuilders. We're like, who the fuck is this guy? But he just spent enough time to build that number up just to do it. And he outdid the bodybuilders, which I thought was pretty fucking hilarious. What a good dude. Yeah. But, 84 is pretty good. So, not too bad.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take 74.
I'm shooting for 101. That's my number.
You know what? I'm gonna take 114.
Realistically,
I'm just gonna take more than what you're taking, just to top you.
Well, realistically, people in our generation could see 110 with the way medicine's going.
Sure,
could see 110. Realistically, it wouldn't be
people could.
Unusual.
Yeah.
And
if
it wouldn't be
like
unusual.
Myself aren't going over 240.
Oh, you're gonna keel over at 63, but that's.
I'm 233 right now. Pre-beer.
They're gonna have to roll up your ass like tuxedo tails.
But speaking of tuxedo tails,
and fold you into the
I have the brother's wedding. The brother's wedding will bring me to the 220s.
Just shoe polish your ass and flip it outside of your pants. Don't look like you got tails.
I might come back to 240, but I
in a black suit.
Nobody can see you laughing. Come on. I want to be 110.
110?
I do.
In what fucking universe is this going to happen?
Why would you want to look like that? You're a really tall dude.
You would look like Christian Bale in The Machinist.
I'm talking about, like, age.
Oh, I thought you were talking about 110 pounds. I'm like, my God.
210, I would fucking love 210.
Yeah.
That's
I want to get back down to 190. I just don't know if
that's
it's going to happen.
210 is not impossible. That's
doable.
Yeah, that's 25. I don't know, whatever.
You can do that.
No,
it's less than 30 pounds away.
Whatever it's going to be. Here's the person is going to outlive us all is Daniel Garza. He's 5 years older than we are. He's had AIDS, cancer. Doesn't matter. Colostomy bag. He'll fucking outlive all of us. He'll be 186.
Still looks incredible.
And he'll be like Mr. Burns by the end, where all the diseases are just balancing each other out.
Right.
That's what's going to happen. So yeah, it's just like, all right. So who the fuck knows?
Just don't let your tooth kill you.
My fucked up tooth. Yeah. I'll have the permanent one pretty soon.
Christ, we've fucking gone off the rails with cinema and cheese. But you know what? I mean,
Peter Jackson?
Yeah, that's generally happens whenever I'm on a podcast. It goes off the rails and it goes really long. We're a little over an hour and a half.
If we're at least appealing to the the chubbier crowd that understands like me and like what Dalyn's going through, and our quest for just being slender beasts like Dan Urbach, you understand. But anyway, it's been a wonderful. It's been a wonderful, hour and a half?
Yeah,
a
little over.
Head cheese?
It's all right.
Pushing an hour and 40.
Considering most of these are 15 minutes, most of the podcasts I post.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
why not?
David Hayes, thank you for joining us.
He just said, time change is a bitch.
You know what, David, I know you're probably not going to listen to this, but
not
join us once in a while, because this Cinema Head Cheese is your baby too, and you need to take care of your baby.
Well, we're working on the book.
Yes.
We are working on the book.
We're working
and I have to catch up for the 2 weeks I had to deal with funeral stuff. So.
Yeah, I got to catch up for the past 4 weeks.
Kevin's doing the funeral thing. David's doing the book thing. David's doing a lot of writing. Yes.
I had the plague.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
So
this is the best I felt in about a month now.
That's good. I'm glad you're doing well.
Yeah.
But, it's been a pleasure, everybody. We'll see you next time. We got Dalyn, we got Kevin, and myself, and love you all.
Bye.
Blessings.
Subscribe and download back episodes of Cinema Head Cheese the podcast, and read all of our movie reviews and news at cinemaheadcheese.com. Email us at cinemaheadcheese@yahoo.com. Search Cinema Head Cheese on Facebook and tweet us at CINHeadCheese. And for more podcasts, books, comics, blogs, and videos, head to abnormalentertainment.com.
You've been listening to the Abnormal Entertainment Network.